we've been having a ton of conversation around money, right? And people always believe that money is power, and that's what they say. But if I put money right there, like if I put $1 million right there, where's the power? It's just money just sitting there, like it's just dollar bills, and they just sit on the ground. There's no power there. The power comes from who can make a decision with that money. And you see a lot of the struggles happening in this era now with coaches, ADs, recruiting departments, agents, finance. Like everybody is looking at the same money and they are trying to exercise their power over it. Like a coach says, I want this player right now. I don't care what it costs. Well, the revenue share or the salary cap guy is like, well, we ain't got it. I'm gonna say no, right? And when you think about people say money is power, money is not power because everybody across the nation got up to $20.5 million last June 2025 to spend. That didn't make every team powerful. It just said, okay, y'all have up to. The person who had the power were the ones who said, y'all have up to. They had the power. Then they also had the power to say, you have to report. They also had the power to say, you overspent. They also had the power to say, show me your contracts. They also had the power to say, hey, you didn't report that. They ain't got the money. They got the power though. So money isn't power. It's what you do with the money that determines if you have power or not. You have some people, like athletes, who may have a lot of money, who may believe they have decision making ability, but they sign over a power of attorney. Even in that word alone, power of attorney. Like you gave power to somebody else, uh, an authorized user or a designated authority figure over your money. Those are the ones who have the power. And I think it's funny because you can have 20 different arguments about whoever has the most money has the most power. Which team spent the most money? Which team spent the most money? Which team spent the most money? If you strip it away, it ain't about the money. It's about who spent the most money, meaning who had the power to say, we're going to spend more money than you. Not, I have more money than you, because having more money than you that I can't do nothing with is almost like me having no money. So, so people say things like, "Oh, money is power." I look at them and I say, "I'm gonna give you the money, but you can't do nothing with it until I come back. Tell me, do you feel powerful or do you feel lame? Because I just gave you the money, but I also said, don't do nothing with it until I come back. Who got the power? You got the money, but I just told you what you can't do with it, and I walked away. Who's more powerful, me or you?" So money isn't power. It's the ability to make a decision with the money that gives you the power, which is where a lot of these titles come into play. Like everybody have these titles, and they have access to the money, or they can determine who's going to get what. But in some of these organizations, you may have somebody who say, "We want to give X amount there," and they say, "Okay, yeah, we get good because I'm the whatever title is in the organization who can make a decision." But then somebody supersedes them and says, "No, we're not. No, we don't have it. No, I want to go this route." So even your title doesn't even give you the power to make that decision because somebody else may have a superseding power. So having access to the money, knowing where the money's at, having decision making ability doesn't give you the power. Having the money doesn't give you the power. It's always who got the final say, and that's true power. Who has the final say, not who got the most money.